Have you guys heard of those Tesla Giga factories? Well, you know, they manufacture Giga Halls. That's what they do. Oh, and it looks like they brewed up something real good today. Welcome in, everyone, to Giga Hall Part 29. Man, I can't believe we're only one part away from 30. That's just wild to me, but in all fairness, we have been doing this series for quite some time now, so I think after part 30, we're going to rework a few things, maybe make some changes here and there, so we're going to maybe talk about that later on in the video, and of course part 30 as well, but I want to dive right on in because we have a lot to go through. I mean, we have new stuff coming out in stores. We have stuff that my good buddy Astro Smokey shipped me from Australia. We got prototypes, we got customs, we got factory customs, mini racers. It's going to be crazy. I think this might gear up to be like a top 5 Giga Haul of all time. So let's not waste any more time and dive right on in. Now, I don't know what to really start with first, but I do want to talk about something I know a lot of you guys will have questions about, and that is this Chris Freightman. But it's not just any Chris Freightman because it has been customized to be Herb Curbler from Cars 3. And you guys might be thinking, Herb Curbler, that's the four-wheel drive next gen. Well, yes, and also it is the yellow tow truck. In the Meet the Cars book for the Cars 3 edition, they named the yellow piston cup tow truck that doesn't really appear in the movie Herb Curbler. But you can assume him, along with Morgan Martins, Tiny Lugsworth, and Stu Scattershields all do come in to help McQueen after his crash, but they really pan away and cut that scene earlier than I think they originally intended. So some of these characters probably got chopped off, and then we're just kind of infused into the Trucks episode of Cars on the Road conveniently. But of course, Chris Freightman is a complete reskin. I mean, not even really a reskin, but more of just like a decal removal of Herb Curbler from Cars 3, or at least the character that was supposed to be in the movie. And so, four-wheel drive 7, diecast dungeon, customized this guy, and I bought it off of him from eBay. So there you guys have it. I'm pretty excited about it. I will probably open it at some point down the road, maybe in a live stream. It feels kind of like a live streamy type of item. So yeah, I won't be opening it here today, but he did a great job. And it is pretty simple. You know, you just put the decals on, although I don't know how to do decals myself. So there is that. Very happy about that. Let's get into some of this Case J stuff from Astro Smokey. Probably you've seen the reviews on my channel of all these diecasts and the case review itself, but I do want to show them because they are part of my, haul over the last month. And you have Van Campbell here, who kind of leads the case in terms of a new Cars on the Road character, but the case also includes GRC Carlo Veloso here, the new GRC racer in the case. The case also does include GRC Shu Todoroki, and they classify him as new, but he was technically released prior in the 2-pack with Lightning McQueen. So kind of new, kind of not new, kind of that middle ground right there that we don't really know how to classify. You also have new Tokyo Mater variant in Manji, which looks pretty awesome. I reviewed him already, and man, I thoroughly enjoyed that video. I think he's a great variant. And then also, speaking of variants, Justin Roadritter, who was previously released in a 2-pack, but this is a slight variation of him with the weapon fully loaded and not already shot on Ken Enginoki's windshield. So very, very awesome case, and yeah, hopefully you have checked out those videos. Speaking of videos I've done on my channel already, the NASCAR line has come out in full force. I finally was able to find the full set at Walmart, and then I found it again a couple days later at a different Walmart. So very happy to see that it's hitting across the US in, special displays. I kind of found them in weird locations. One was like almost dipping into the automotive section. The other one, the first one, was like up against the back wall, almost like in the warehouse. Like, it was weird. They're not putting these in great spots, in my opinion. But hey, at least I found them. And yeah, it doesn't seem like they'll be hard to find once they hit your store because they get in so many, like these massive displays. So of course you have Lightning McQueen. Probably one of the next popular ones will be Bubba Wheelhouse because he's based on Bubba Wallace, a very popular real-life driver, and also Torquey. I'm thinking of Little Torquey Pistons. Torqueberry Juice, aka, or previously known as Transberry Juice, is a popular sponsor. You also have Carson Ace Dillon, who I think is the best of the bunch just because the metallic translated really nice to his yellow, and the red wheels are also super cool. You also have William Byrev, who is a really nice one. Like, they're all really good. Obviously, I would have preferred new characters and not just metallic reiterations of prior ones, but hey, I'll take it. At least the NASCAR line is back, and who knows, it might blossom into something even better down the road, like the Taco Mint Next Gen, maybe finally. Ryan Inside Lane's back, and he looks really cool in that like burnt orange. Very happy about him. Maybe the worst of the bunch is Gogo Logano. I just don't know why they did 2 like yellow Next Gens when they could have done so many other ones that they did back in the day, like Rowdy Revin Bush, Eric Emerolling, Danny Swervez. Chase Racer would have been probably a great opportunity as well. Jackson Storm and Cruz Ramirez also were on the table. Also, some in-store finds here. I finally was able to find some of the, well, actually not finally. I was one of the first people to find them, and I think I was the first to report of finding them at Meijer. But yeah, the newest case of Mini Racer 3-packs. Unfortunately, I only found a couple. I found the one here with Max, Cruz Ramirez, and Raul, and they all look great. I love the packaging they're doing for these as well. You can see they got the names correct, and I mentioned that now because it'll come up in a moment here where they don't get the names correct, but they do here. I also love how it's Sebastian Schnell. I love how the name changes so drastically for some languages. Then, of course, the McQueen, Francesco Bernoulli, and Carlo Veloso set here. So I think the only GRC pack I missed was Jackson, Miguel, and Shu Todoroki it was. And so, unfortunately, I missed out on them, but really no big deal. And I'll show you why in a second. What I was more upset about was missing out on the Wingo Mini Racer 3-pack because so far he is exclusive to that pack, although I do think he will get a single release here in the next few months. But yeah, the reason it was no big deal is because Meijer, and thanks to the tip-off from Sensei Luminous, is now carrying Mini Racer 10-packs. That's a humongous ad because really nowhere else, at least near me at retail in the US, has ever carried these, like ever. Target does the 15-packs, but no one has done the 10-packs. And this 10-pack in particular is incredible because it includes 9 of 10 new minis. No idea why they opted to put Sally in here instead of the GRC Mater that they're doing as a single. Makes zero sense whatsoever, but I'll take the 9 of 10. You have Jackson, Miguel, Raul, Cruz, Carla, Max, Francesco, Shu, and an exclusive metallic GRC Lightning McQueen. They like to put the metallics in these larger sets here like they did with the Cars on the Road version. I'll show you that one in a second here, but yeah. Really cool. They all look great. I will be doing, and if I haven't already, done a Mini Racers unboxing. I am just literally waiting to get Wingo in because I have everything else that I need. I don't have the Mater though. Actually, yeah, no, I don't have Mater, unfortunately. So yeah, I got one of those packs. Obviously, I got the 3-packs here. And I also got this pack from last year with Motto in it. Again, really cool to see this available at retail level, because I got it off Amazon, I think, last year. So yeah, you have Motto, which I'm pretty sure is still exclusive to this set. And you do have the metallic Road Trip McQueen. I don't think he's exclusive to the set, but this was a good way to get him, along with some of these other nice minis like Aaron Kinda Fast, Rodette Marker, the Clankylosaurus. It's just a good Cars on the Road pack, although it looks super weird with everything, how it's spaced out here because the translations for these two are so large. So we're going to turn that around so we don't have to look at that. Actually, I might remove these altogether because I hate the reflections. But also, this is what I was referring to with the spelling. They mixed up Raul Cyril and Max Snell. Like, come on, guys. The characters have only been around for 14 years, and they don't look that similar. So a little disappointed on that hiccup, but I don't think it's going to be like a permanent name change because that would just be absolutely disastrous. But speaking of large mini multi-packs, I did pick up from Target that 15-pack that just came out with an exclusive Jocko, Flocko, Mack. Again, hate the fact that I have to buy 15 minis just to get one new one, but that's just kind of the way it goes. And yeah, I mean, with Carbon Shoe to the Roki, actually that was just last year, wasn't it? No, it feels like it was a couple years ago now, but yeah, Jocko, Flocko, Mack, and what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this just pales in comparison to the GRC pack that has 10 or 9 of 10 new minis, whereas this 1 of 15. That's 90% versus like 7%. That's just bad odds. While we're still on track with mini racers here, I want to show you one of the coolest customs ever. and that is this green dino here. This is one of the only dinos they haven't named yet or even released at all from the episode. It's out there at the entry gate, kind of positioned like this on the left side there. I do think he is supposed to have 6 wheels, but totally fine with this. This is like a beautiful custom, somehow 3D printed. I will go into more detail on the customizer, and we're going to review it all individually in a, maybe it's already out, who knows, but in its own individual video, I will go into full depth on this beautiful custom. We're going to name him. And yeah, just have a blast. I mean, this is one of the best customs I think I've ever seen, especially, when you're making something from scratch. So yeah, I got that guy, and obviously had to get a second one because it's just such a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. Like, it literally is just absolutely gorgeous. All right, now that we've segued into customs, what do we have here? So I saw this pop up on eBay the other day. I was like, that's a really, really good quality custom. I have absolutely no idea who made it. I don't think the actual eBay seller was the customizer. Like, usually eBay sellers are selling customs they had bought from, maybe Jim Scavenger. Like, I've, got a Walmart stock car off eBay that was done by Jim Scavenger, but I don't think he did this one. It's basically a white Dale Earnhardt Jr., which is really awesome. Like, again, super clean. I think this would be a great review here. Just give Dale Earnhardt Jr. some more attention because I really don't talk about him much on my channel. It's kind of like a dead end nowadays because they don't release him anymore due to the copyright issues and all of that, and we don't ever anticipate him getting a release somehow in the NASCAR line or any crew models or crew chiefs, pitties, whatever it may be. But yeah, this would be a really cool thing to review. So I thought, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful custom. Why not snag it? Now, from that same seller, I got super lucky because I noticed that he or she was also selling the Windlifter and Maru log moving pack loose and in tremendous condition. And for the longest time, I thought that this set, which I previously had shown in a Giga haul, I believe, but packaged, was just the die cast. But they're plastic versions, actually. Like, this is a plastic Windlifter, even though it looks totally normal. It's got the hole down there and everything. Like, it literally looks so close to what the diecast version looks like. It doesn't even really have stickers on it. Like, I think everything is pretty much painted on. And yeah, now I can confidently say, yep, you're right, this is a plastic set. But the real reason I bought it, I don't really care about the Windlifter. But yeah, this cool Maru here with this trailer with a big log in it. I don't think does this ever really appear in the movie? This strikes me as like Spyglass Mater type of stuff. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, no. It's all in scale with the normal die cast. This is the exact same size. And yeah, it comes with this cool trailer. He's got a little hitch down there. You can take the log out, so you have an empty trailer there. And yeah, the log kind of like splits open, and then the flames pop out. Yeah, that's actually super cool. And you could kind of put it back in there. Like, I love how they just pop out. Like, they're just spring triggered. That's so awesome. Such a cool, underrated set. I have absolutely no idea where it was sold originally because I certainly never found it in a store, I don't think. I need to push it down there a little bit more. Oh, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. Ah! And then the log just goes right back in there. You can detach the trailer from Maru, but it is stuck on there pretty good. I love how it has 4 individual moving wheels. Like, that is sick on each side. That is awesome. But yeah, really happy about that. And yeah, I got lucky because you don't really find, I mean, it's such an obscure set. You're not going to find it loose much. And on top of that, in such great condition. So very happy about that. Let's launch into some prototypes now, shall we? Thanks to my good friend who always helps me get these, as I always refer to her. Thank you so much. You are the absolute best. And yeah, here we have our latest wave of prototypes from China with Chug. You're going to see a little theme with all these. They're deluxe size characters, Cars 3 and Planes Fire and Rescue-esque here. So you have Chug here, bare metal, but with a lot of colorful plastic parts here. You have a blue base, you have white tires in the front, you have the red side view mirrors and the caps on the tank, the valves back here as well. So many different pieces. Like, you can see there's a whole separate piece right there. And yeah, just super cool. I don't have many Plains prototypes at all, so this is a great add to the collection. I also love just the completely transparent cab windows up there, so it almost looks like just a regular old truck with a smile on it. A little creepy, but yeah, no, I absolutely adore this custom. And to go along with it, you have Avalanche here. So again, you have kind of bare metal, although he does look like he might have been attempted to be painted gray a little bit. He looks a little gray. But yeah, really cool. This does not move. And I don't think it moves on the finalized version either, his shovel. But you do have the tires down here, which are in a gray. You have a red base. Again, lots of colorful plastic parts and kind of in the same color scheme as Chug with the red and the blue. But yeah, really cool. Again, don't have too many prototypes of anything from Plains Fire and Rescue. So this is just, or Plains in general, you know, so very happy about that. Last one here from Plains is going to be Linus Lines or Valerie V8. Or yeah, I think they only did 2 buses and they canceled Chris Compass. And then they never did or even planned to do Valerie Vista View. Or maybe they did, but we don't know of it. So yeah, Linus Lines, Trudy Trailways, those are the ones they released. Chris Compass and Valerie Vista View were not released. Chris Compass, there's a prototype stock image of. I wish this was a prototype of Chris Compass, but it doesn't look like it based on the expression there. But yeah, again, not too many colors going on here and very dirty, but you do have, yeah, super dirty here on the base, but you still have the colorful wheels and side view mirrors. And yeah, just completely bare Zamac metal, which I love. It just super raw, super straight from the factory. All right, so same batch here, but moving on to Cars 3, you have a Miss Fritter here. Probably my favorite of the bunch just because I've always wanted a Miss Fritter prototype. And again, you have the bare metal going on, but a kind of creamy base. You have the stop sign up front here in blue and the red horns, smokestacks, aka. Very heavy, of course. Yeah, she's awesome. I do have, I guess I should say I have a Miss Fritter prototype, the one with the rubber tire blue wheels, but I don't have like a, incomplete one like, we're used to, like a standardized prototype. And then also Dr. Damage here. Unfortunately, don't have an RV or a Mr. Drippy to round out the set, but Dr. Damage does just fine. And again, same color scheme, but my favorite thing about this one in particular is the fact that the handwriting on the roof here in Chinese, I would assume, is so perfect. Like it is, I think that's the right way. Yeah, it is so, like that handwriting is great for just writing on an uneven plastic surface, really small. Let me know. I know my friend who helped me get these should know what this says. Let me know what that says. Like that would be awesome to find out. I also, even though this is metal up front here, obviously the back half is plastic. I did not know that it was hollow on the inside, like that hollow. Like you could see right inside through the windows here, and I didn't know. Like, can you do that with the actual die cast? Like look right inside Dr. Damage? Maybe he's missing like an interior piece or something, but that's pretty wild. You can look right inside his store, like whatever you call it, the van, the trailer, but for an ambulance, like I don't know what the technical term for that is. All right, I have a bunch of Mini Racer prototypes here. These aren't, super fun, but prototypes nonetheless. They all are going to have these little codes on them somewhere, so it's going to be fun to find them because I don't honestly know where they all are. Hopefully they all have them. But you do have, this is basically the engineering coded stamp along with the date stamp. So N40 there should match the one on the bottom. So even though they're prototypes, they still do have date stamps. And again, everyone likes to cling to the law. If it's a prototype, it shouldn't have a date stamp. And if it's released, it should have a date stamp. But there's a little bit of overlap there, especially you go back to 2010. Lots of cars were released without date stamps on the bases. Like Race Damaged Mood Springs is a great example of that. And also, many prototypes can still have date stamps. It's just kind of like a good thing to keep in mind when you're analyzing if a prototype is real or not. But yeah, these are definitely all real. And almost every Mini Racer that was coded like this will also have the date stamp. Like Mini Racers get date stamps a lot quicker and earlier than 155 scale diecast, but we do have some of those. And Thailand also kind of has different laws than China did when it comes to these engineering stamped coded prototypes, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, here's a Tokyo Mater that's in like mint condition with a code up top, so I will take that. Some of these codes I think are going to be pretty faint, so again, it'll be fun to kind of see where they're all at. I think this is Kurt, and yeah, this one's pretty faint here, but you do have the N30A. Yep, 2011 there. This one's really faint. All good though. It's there. It is present. Here we have Chick Hicks. This one I think is pretty prominent on the back window here. P25 and then 0108. Yep, they're all matching. This is an old Mini too, I think. I mean, Chick Hicks was obviously one of the first Minis released when the line debuted in 2017, but he's been released a few times after that, but still. They have never done regular Cars 1 Chick Hicks, always been Cars 3 Chick Hicks, which, you know, like we talked about with the naming issue over here, Mattel probably still truly knows who's who. They just messed up once. I am not confident that they now know the difference between Cars 3 and Cars 1 Chick Hicks anymore. Like, I am not confident that they still have that distinction in their heads. I am not confident of it all, just based on, you know, when they release regular Chick Hicks from Cars 1, they include the Cars 3 artwork, which is just, this might be the most faded of them all, but you can see R36 there. I don't even know how these were photographed to me and sent when I bought them, because they seemed way clearer in the photographs than they are in real life, which is never a good sign. But hey, here we have an Clankylosaurus, which this one should be really fun. They need to release this as a 155 scale diecast, because I think they can make it look like it should be around the same size as Quadratorchosaur and West Flanipus, but it would be awesome. Like, it would be so cool. And then there you go again. R something, R32, R22. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I would love to see this guy attempted in 155 scale, and I think it's very likely. Like, I think it's something that could definitely happen over the next couple years. Now, I don't think this one is a prototype. I think this was just like a free gift that I got for buying so much from this one seller, a Spinocrankshaftosaurus. I don't think this guy's a prototype, though. I don't think he has a code on him anywhere, unfortunately, which would be cool because this is one of the rarer Minis that Mattel has done. This is one I don't see them attempting as a 155 scale diecast because it would be too big. They'd have to do it like they did the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Roll and Chomp Dino from late 2022. It would be cool if this one like suddenly magically had a code that was just super faint. But I'm not seeing it anywhere, unfortunately. Oh well. The coloring does look a little different than the finalized release, but maybe I'm just trying to will something into existence that's not truly there. Alright, let's get on to some 155 scale diecasts that are also engineering coded stamped prototypes. Very faint, but there you go. N34A for Derek Wheeliams here. This could either be the 2021 or 2022 release. I'm not sure what N corresponds to. I think that probably would be 2022. 2021. N was a while ago, I think. But yeah, again, prototype, but it does still have a date stamp. That's just kind of how it goes with these Thailand engineering prototypes. So maybe a little less desirable in your mind than the Chinese engineering prototypes that didn't have date stamps, and also some of those were a little bit different in terms of color. Maybe they had a slightly different expression. Like I remember, you know, my River Scott, my Taco. What else? Like some would have a matte finish versus the glossy finish or vice versa. And also it's actually engraved instead of stamped. Here you have, this is probably one of my favorites here, just because Vladimir Trunkov is such like a sleeper release from last year, 2023, SO5A1026. But yeah, Vladimir Trunkov is awesome as a Thailand variant. I wish he was a little bit easier to find last year, but he was unfortunately in like the rarest case of the year. So him and Tubbs Pacer, of course, released in the same case, kind of got shafted. Let's move on to Mallory Karhut here. Again, you could see that date stamp immediately on the base. Wow, this one's super faint. I don't even know what it says up there. It looks like it wore off almost. But yeah, I don't think there are any like other differences between the finalized versions and these prototypes, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, I would like there to be some other distinctions, but these are really close to being put out on the actual production line. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, we'll do this one. This is 2021, obviously, because Craig Fäster was released last in 2021, and that was the last year. No, that was not the last year. This was 2022. Shit. Sorry. 2022. The last year they did deluxes. And yeah, so this has to be from that. I never opened a Thailand version of Craig Fäster, but this guy looks incredible. I love the way they did the rust and kind of weather detailing. And there you have the code there on the roof. This one's pretty prominent, although it's kind of like worn off. A little fraying action, like I was trying to get at a few weeks ago in my video. But yeah, P32A. Yeah, very cool. I like that. That's probably my favorite so far. And as you can see, I was kind of saving one of the wildest ones for last. And you can see the time range on these is very broad. You went from Craig Fäster there in 2022 to a current release that hasn't really even hit too many stores yet of Justin Roadritter in 2024. This is the 2-pack version because, as you can see, the weapon is already outside, out of the barrel there. And I actually have it loose here from when I reviewed him a few weeks ago with Ken and Jinoki. Let's see if there are any differences. Whoa, almost knocked the lamp over. I don't think there really will be here. Ooh. The wheels look different. The wheels do look different. Am I tweaking? Prototypes on top, actual release on the bottom. That front wheel looks different to me. I don't know, maybe, I think it actually, yeah, that's got to be a different wheel entirely. All right. Interesting, interesting. Looks a little more similar on this side, but the other side looked quite a bit different. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But yeah, there you have it. The finalized version and the prototype there on the left. Brown base. Did he have a brown base? Yep, he did. Ooh, that's interesting though. So you can see how much earlier this was made. S39A with the black stamp versus T11A with the white stamp. So this was made. So that was the 39th week of 2023. This is the 11th week of 2024. So that is 11 plus 56 minus 39. So yeah, 52 minus 39. So 13 plus 11. So 24 weeks apart. So almost a whole half a year, basically. Yeah, nearly 6 months apart these were produced. So yeah, again, more evidence that that is definitely a prototype because it was pumped out so much earlier than the actual release. Here we have the absolute disintegration of a couple characters here. I don't even know how much we should go into. You know what? Let's just spill it all out onto the table here. Why not? So we have basically a Lizzie here and a Mater that are completely in shambles, literally. So this is your Lizzie base. This is all die cast here. This is really cool to kind of... Is it diabolical? Maybe a little bit. But is it fun? Absolutely. Your Mater's towing cables here, the whole plastic apparatus. You have his bed back here. Beautiful. You have 2 of Lizzie's tires with the axle. Most of these do correspond with Lizzie. Like here is Lizzie's base. So this would be the side that faces up. Yep. So it would kind of come in like that. Yep, there you go. Look at, we're putting her together. I think this would also, yeah, this would go down here. Kind of come in like that, I think. And then you have a couple other random parts here. Oh, this is her roof. And then I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, no, that would be her front grille there. Yeah. Bingo, bango, bongo with the lights and the mouth there. Oh, and then here are the other set of tires. Look at that. Awesome. So we got almost a full Lizzie in here. Got her eyes, got the base, got wheels, got the grill, all of that. I don't think we have her tire, though, so the back part is missing. The base, this is really heavy. Like, this feels almost heavier than, like, a regular Lizzie would be. But, again, I'm sure it's just because I'm holding the one solid piece of her. But yeah, then Mater, we just got the back half of Mater. That's all we're working with here. Very funny. But yeah, I had to get that. I don't know what's really special about it. Like, sure, you could probably take apart your own Lizzie, and then you would have everything that we're talking about here. But it was just cool. Like, it came from the factory and just some random parts. You know, maybe I'll make some cool pictures out of that. Speaking of weird stuff, here you have Cactus Lightning McQueen that evidently got steamrolled. Like, this strikes me as like the forklift rolled over him, because it would take a lot to have that kind of force, that kind of impact on die-cast metal like this, where it completely smushes and cracks the metal casting and then kind of like bubbles and pops the interior piece out. So yeah, really awesome. I had to get this. It wasn't that expensive. It actually does not have a date stamp, and I do think this is a prototype of some sort, as the front tire here is missing the Lightyear text as well. So a couple clues. This is a Vietnam version of Lightning McQueen, by the way, as you can clearly tell by the eyes. So it was released in that Welcome to Radio Springs line before they even did him from Thailand. So there's that. I think that does it for all the prototypes and whatnot, at least for this very moment. Now we're getting into some factory customs here. Starting off with the new racing tractor that they attempted, the Vuzine racing tractor. It looks pretty good. Oh, we zoomed in a little too far there. But yeah, I mean, like, what else can you expect when it comes to the fake counterfeits that we've been, you know, talking about over the last few years when they try and emulate something from Mattel? Usually, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. Like, it's basically a Chinese version of the Vuzine racing tractor. I wonder, like, if Mattel actually did him from China and not Thailand, he'd probably look pretty close to this, just with a little bit better quality. Yeah. Snagged one of him. Wonder how many more of those they will do. I also kind of went crazy on AliExpress. Like, some of these deals are just too good to pass up on AliExpress. You have a clean Frank factory custom here, which I do think, I'm not sure, do I already have this guy somewhere? I feel like I might. Not sure where though, but either way, here's another. This was like a $5 clean Frank. He is a little loose though. Like, he's not fully riveted together, it feels. But yeah, Mattel's never released a dirty, or a clean Frank rather. They've always done dirty Franks, which I know it sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. Like, usually he's got dirt detailing up and around his wheels and on the combine here, but this is a completely like straight from the John Deere factory Frank. I also got another Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the RPM/Octane Gain base factory custom. I got it because I could tell this was a darker red than the version I had, and it definitely is. Like, it is a maroon red versus just like the regular Dale Earnhardt red that they had previously done. So yeah, I mean, just a completely empty base as well. Again, got some Dale Earnhardt Jr. Inc. action, Dale Earnhardt Inc. /Dale Earnhardt Jr. action in this video. Super fun for kind of a topic that doesn't really get discussed much these days due to, you know, a variety of reasons. All right, we got a couple of new Lightning McQueen factory customs here. The factory customizers getting a little desperate, and they're putting the Cars 3 mold to use a little bit more with some pre-existing designs, basically. Like, this is white Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, essentially. And they have done white Cars 1 Lightning McQueen and white Cars 2 Lightning McQueen. So it was only a matter of time before they did this. And yeah, I mean, it looks fine. This might be a 12 Days of Christmas type review, just to kind of show you in comparison to some of the other factory customs that they've done similar to this. I mean, it looks fine. Got a couple. I mean, again, they're super cheap, and sometimes these factory customs shoot up in price over time, so it doesn't hurt to kind of stock up on them. Like the, you know, gold chrome factory customs of old, those are almost non-existent nowadays. They also are doing a pink Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, following up the Cars 1 pink Lightning McQueen they did a couple years ago. I reviewed on Valentine's Day. This one looks way better to me than the white one. But yeah, they kind of are a pair now. Really cool. I'm actually a big fan of that. So I got a couple of him as well. And last but not least, for the McQueens, probably My least favorite here is putting the Cherry Blossom, like 95-day Tomica special release of McQueen. They already put this design on a Cars 3 McQueen, or a Cars 1 McQueen rather. Now they're putting it on the Cars 3 McQueen. So whereas these actually got new decals because it switched from the Cars 1 to Cars 3, these decals are the exact same. It's just now on a different model. So I am not as enthused about this, but it gets the job done. I'm fine with it. All right. I also picked up this Todd factory custom, and I'm glad I did because I got even luckier than I probably should have. Like, look at this face. Look at his grill is like in his mouth. Like the whole front decal here was just completely too low. It's placed way too low and made for a really cool look. I mean, he's got black wheels as well, which is not supposed to be. And yeah, I mean, really awesome. I love the fact that the grill, like his mouth is basically non-existent because of the way the decal was misplaced. So yeah, I got lucky because I don't think all of them are like this. It just happened to be. Yeah, look how weird he looks from afar too. Just super strange there. It looks like his mustache is just going crazy. All right. All the way from Japan. Look at this really cool side of the box here. Maybe these came from Hong Kong. Look at this, these monkey stamps. Those are awesome. I might have to save those. But at the end of the day, what I really need is what's inside here. Didn't realize these were still bubble wrapped so tightly. All right. So yeah, a couple new Tomica releases. Tomica's dipping back into the police territory, the police genre, emergency rescue vehicles, all that jazz, with kind of like a Patoka Lightning McQueen. Looks very much like Patoka, but he does have that new decal on the hood, JPN Rescue, Japan Rescue. So yeah, it will be fun to review these. I might wait until they complete the set. I think they're doing a Mack and maybe a couple other characters as well as singles. Now this Mater looks awesome. I love the use of Japanese characters down there. That's a lot. Like I wonder what all that says. Looks very similar to like Rescue Squad Mater as well. So almost kind of like a callback to, you know, that cartoon there. So yeah, very happy about that. What else do we have here? Oh, we have a custom from Jim Scavenger because of course can't have a Giga haul without some Jim Scavenger action. Kind of unboxing off camera just because there's so much on my table. And it is a Walmart Next Gen. So I definitely will be reviewing this soon. I think he did a tremendous job like modernizing Walmart's theming and fitting it onto a Next Gen. Like the multiplication of all the yellow stars there in these blue patches looks incredible. It's like a couple blue gardens with yellow flowers growing. Looks awesome. So yeah, very excited to review this. And I will have a bunch of other Next Gens from Jim Scavenger coming soon. You know, some of you guys might be familiar with what they are. Others, it'll be a tremendous surprise. All right, what else? What else? Oh, we got some more here. I guess we're not done with the prototypes. These are all Mini Racer prototypes yet again, although they aren't quite as exciting as the ones that we already talked about, because I think I have all of these. They're just... I know you guys are like, well, why are you buying that? Okay, I don't have this. This is just like a bare prototype. I know it could be faked, but this is, I believe, 100% legit. Just like a bare McQueen model shell, Zamac, unpainted. Just a cool item to have in the collection from a very reputable source as well. But the other ones here are engineering prototypes that I already have versions of. They're just... you know, additional numbers in the line. All right, let him free, let him free. You have H.J. Hollis here, and yeah, these numbers are much clearer than the ones we were looking at before. M400387. I think you guys may have seen before in a collection video probably, or a previous gig haul, that I have a bunch of, not really a bunch, I think I only have one of the H.J. Hollis, but there's a Cruz Ramirez that's probably in here I have a bunch of. Or maybe I didn't get the Cruz Ramirez. I think I only got McQueen and Mater here in addition to H.J. Hollis. Do. Yes. All right. Lightning McQueen Holiday Hotshot M39. I love how clear these codes are compared to the ones that we were looking at earlier, where we really had to hunt and pack for them. These, they jump out at you. I don't know why there are so many prototypes available of these advent calendar Christmas minis compared to just regular minis. Like, there are so many more. Like, I have probably like 20 of the Christmas Dino-Car crews with the codes on them like this. They were all just available on AliExpress for like $3. So like, what, am I going to just pass them up? No. But yeah, this is awesome. I think that will do it. Thanks to, if you're watching, thanks to you for helping me get those. You know who you are. I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. Well, I guess I could show you this. Finn McMissile from Case J. It's his first time on 2024 card. Oh, we're not done. We're not done yet. Couple more items. Couple more. Ooh. This is going to be wild. This is from a really good friend of mine. He was able to hook me up with this super rare Color Changers 2-pack, yet it's in absolutely atrocious condition. Now, I totally knew it going in. I still was definitely interested in it because it is such a rare 2-pack. But as you can see, the pack has been absolutely mangled. I have no idea what this poor thing has went through in its lifespan to make it this way. Like, this literally looks like it's been to the ends of the earth and back. But it's incredible. Like, it's a great, very rare pack. It still looks visually fine, like especially from a distance. So I will probably put it on display with my McQueen and Francesco Bernoulli Color Changers 2-pack, which is probably even rarer than this one. And I'm now on the hunt for Francesco and Raul Cerul, which might be the rarest Color Changers item of all time, along with the single axle accelerator that was only released internationally. And last but not least is just a box. My Glow Racers Case J with Ryan inside Laney and Dan Garcia inside. And in fact, speaking of that, I'll be right back. I almost forgot about this poor guy. I got a engineering prototype here of the brand new Mini Racer Glow Racers Dan Garcia. Zooming right on into that code that is wearing away, but it is there. I am a little disappointed that some of these codes are so faint. But yeah, S43A. S43A. Can't read the number though. It's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, he looks great. I'm excited to review him for real. But it's awesome to kind of get like a prototype of a car before the actual real deal of it. Which, I mean, this is a real deal too. But, you know, the official finalized product. And there we go. Everything's an absolute mess right now on my table. But that's okay. That's when you know you got to work and you did some good Giga hauling, right? But thanks, guys, as always, for watching. Really appreciate it, and we will see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.